Obviously, we played an outstanding football team today. A team that was a veteran, senior-laden team that was picked to be one of the winners of the Big East. And many would tell you the coaching ranks have some of the best talent in the conference. So we're very, very proud of the way our kids played. As the head coach of this program, I told our kids, we got to go out there, we got to fight, we got to scratch, we got to play with passion, we got to play with energy. That was my expectation for this game. I thought our kids came out and they were just scratching and fighting and clawing and playing as hard as you can possibly play and not relenting and trying to have more will and more determination. As the head coach, I'm awful proud of our kids for that. We've had two losses against two good football teams, and we had to sit there and take that. We had 2 bye weeks, we had full padded practices, we had scrimmages, and our kids never blinked. Whatever we needed to do to grow as a football team. This is a great win for our program. It's an emotional win. It's Temple back in the Big East Conference, our first Big East game, making a statement that our program is headed in the right direction, and we'll be a valued member in this conference. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that this game makes the season. That'd be real foolish, and I won't do that. This is a great moment, and we're going to enjoy it. The guys like Bill Bradshaw, our athletic director, and the administration here at Temple brought this program back from the ashes. And they scraped and they fought, and they brought Al Golden. Al Golden scraped and he fought. And then we came in, and it's been a team effort by the university, by everybody, by the fan base to build this thing back. It's a very proud moment for everybody for those reasons. But as the head coach, I have to say is, we got to get ready to go play another game. Now, we're going to enjoy this game, because if you can't enjoy these great moments, there's something wrong with you. But I also know with this young football team that we'll be up against it next week and the week after and the week after, and that's the way it's going to be, and there are going to be some peaks and some valleys and some rough spots. I mean, I'm not delusional. I'm not, this doesn't mean that this is it for us now. But this is a great start. It's a start. And it's a great reward for a group of guys that just committed to going as hard as they can and having faith in faith. That's what it is. And that's as good a start as anybody can have or any program can have. That's where we are. I hear comments, playing down to your competition and doing all this other jazz. Let me tell you something, man. All we talk about here is we're just going to go out and play as hard as we can play. I don't care who we play, where we play. We're just going to go as hard as we can. I don't know about all that other nonsense. And that's what I want Temple football to be. Offensively, defensively, we battled. We had good spots. We had rough spots. We had 383 yards. They had 384. We rushed for 216, passed for 167. We had some balance, but we really ran it ball better. Montel came out here and had 100 and some odd yards, and I thought really started to come back to form, and she hasn't been able to do with the injury he had. It's a 4 to 6 week injury, and we're right about at that 6-week mark right now, so that was good. Hopefully Matt Brown will be fine. I don't know the details of all that, but he competed like crazy today. Our coaching staff, our team, our program, our administrators all competed like hell today. I mean that. That's just the way it was. It was just great sticking together, sticking like a family. That's what we did. And I'm just so happy that we felt some of the fruits of those good characteristics. We felt some of that. Now as we move forward, we have to build from there, realizing that we're still just a young football team. And we got a bunch of football ahead of us and a bunch of good teams that we have to play. But the future is really bright because we got the right kind of cement in this foundation. Any questions?
Steve, when was the last time you saw a game turn around like that, where you're moments away from a loss, and then moments later, Montel's running it in, you guys narrowly avoided loss?
I think that's I've been in a few of them, and quite honestly, my guess will be we're going to be in a bunch of them. And that's the way it's going to be. And that's fine.
Coach,
that's fine.
Coach, basically, back and forth this thing went, just as you said. That block kick by Marcus Green, do you feel like that really set the tone, and that come from behind win after Anthony took it down to the South Florida 35?
What that was a symbol of is what we talk about every day. Just strain. Just strain. Strain in everything you do. Just keep straining. And that's what we talked about in the locker room minutes ago, was just the ability to just strain with no guarantee that something good's going to happen. But if you do strain, you got a chance. Everybody else?
What was the defensive game plan? If you could describe the defensive game plan against Daniels in particular?
Well, we just wanted to pressure them. We wanted to bring a lot of pressure, a lot of movement. We just didn't want to let them get a beat on us, and obviously he's a great player, and they're going to make plays. They did. They've got a lot of talent, but we just kind of hung in there. We complemented each other today for the first time. When the defense had some rough spots, the offense was a little better. When the offense had some rough spots, the defense was a little better. There was a few moments where both of us probably weren't where we should have been. But the plan was just to kind of go after them on defense, and that's really what we did. We brought a lot of pressure.
Can you just talk about your passing game?
Well, we missed a few. We made a few. Obviously, some big ones, and it's a work in progress. But we really, quite honestly, Keith, wanted to get our run game going today. Just felt like, what? There was a big part of me. I said earlier in the week, I want to go smash mouth football. I just want to get going. And we didn't exactly do that, but at times we did. And we needed to untrack our run game. That's who we are, And we went for complete balance against Penn State, sometimes you just got to sit there and say, this is who we are, this is what we're going to do, and that's it, Move on.
Now you said you didn't do as well as you wanted to, but the blocking was a whole lot better than it had, the past 2 games. What's the biggest difference?
I don't know if I didn't say we didn't do as well as we wanted to. I don't know that, but I just think we compete. There was rough spots. There were times where we didn't move the ball very well. And there's times we didn't get off the field very well, to be honest with you. But I just thought that there was also times where there was tremendous surge in the front. That's us, man. We're just kind of like, and then we come back. It's young. We're young. There's a lot of mistakes that get made on the field, and that's going to happen with 2 freshman offensive linemen and 2 other guys that really haven't played. We had another tough snap. Sean Boyles hasn't played football in 2 years. So it's just I look at it now. I go into the games now and I say to myself, okay, you just got to keep weathering these things. You just got to keep punching back. And that's the mindset I think we have as a team right now. Again, I'll say it, I'm not delusional. I don't for 1 minute think like, okay, now we're set. We're going to, that's it. Come on, man. We are the same team we were a week ago, really. We were probably 4, 5, 6 plays away in Penn State from being in a similar game. We were probably 4 plays, 5 plays in Maryland from being in the exact same game. This one, we went this way. If we're not right on the edge, another one could catch us the other way. And that's not going to change, but I promise you, we're going to keep fighting. We're going to get better and just keep growing. And if we can stay healthy by the end of the year, you're going to see the growth of this team, and then I really like where we're headed.
Coach, in practice this week, did you have a specific player play the role of B.J. Daniels? Because in the
Kevin
first
Newsom?
half, yeah.
And he was phenomenal. Kevin Newsom's really coming into his own right now, by the way.
How much did that help the team today in the preparation?
Tremendously. He was so explosive in his runs, and he has a great arm, but he's really coming on, and I just really appreciate what he did, and also the fact that where he's headed right now.
Is this the most emotional win in your career here at Temple? Because you look really excited today on those sidelines.
This is the most emotional win for a lot of reasons. It's very, very emotional for me to think of what Temple went through and what they've come from. And I look at the people here and I say to myself, wow, tough times don't last, tough people do. We got some tough people at Temple. I'm talking about everybody. And I just felt like so excited to be a small little piece of that step. It's just a step, but a step. I felt so honored to do that. And then just the kids. The kids. People saying, you read these comments sometimes, it's like, Temple, well, back to, come on, man. Really. And then these kids are resilient, they battle and they fight, and they just represent this university with their work ethic the way it should be represented.
What was your view of the fourth down penalty on Nate, and then how your defense responded to that?
I just like the way our defense responded. I really have no comment on, penalties or anything, but we kept responding, and I just wanted to make sure that, for me, I was a little animated on the sideline, and I just wanted to make sure that I wanted our coaches, our team to have this relentless fighting mentality. And that starts with me at the top, and I got to make sure that being sedate, I try to work on being more of a sedate head coach. That don't work for me real good.
Did you get an explanation on why that roughing was called?
Just said it was a hit to the head, I think. Yeah.
How important was it, though, to attempt to get your passing game going? Because there was a lot of attention paid to Chris has overthrown Penn State. This time, guys like Booth emerged,
Yeah.
Benjamin emerged.
Yeah, I mean, it's a work in progress, man. I mean, our deal is to try to set the play actions to our run game. That's our best shot like that, you know. And that's what those throws were. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them were really throws that were schemed and set to our run game because people heavily defend our run, obviously. And I think that's the best way for us to throw it. And then, of course, we have to have a small, tight, concise with the young receivers third down package.
Steve, a comment on Kamal Johnson, and what's his status with the team?
No comment. No comment.
You have is he still a member of the
No
team?
comment. No. You know what? This is a great moment today, and I'm going to really enjoy the moment, and really going to enjoy our players in that locker room right now, and that's about where I'm at.
Talk about the field goal by your kicker, Brady McManus, in the first half.
I mean, it was huge. I was on him pretty hard, and you know, he's a tough guy, and that's big-time players got to be able to overcome adversity and make plays, and he did. That's why he's a big-time player, and he handled it, and that's what happened. So I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for us.
You started that drive back pretty deep, and it seemed like at the start he was running and maybe not thinking about. What was the thought versus conservative versus aggressive approach as that drive developed?
Well, that's what it was. I mean, we just said, let's see what we can. We've been burned a little before the half for different reasons. Some conservatively, but letting up a score or another score before the half, and part of me wanted to say, let's just get out of here right now out of the half. And, well, let's see what let's peck a little bit. We pecked, and then okay, let's take a shot at a play, okay, and then it was kind of like that. To be honest with you, that's kind of was the mindset. If we really kind of didn't get much going, we probably would have tried to get out of there, But it's when you're young, like we are. I tell you what, I felt like Ryan Day, he's done such a great job. It's so hard. There's so much focus on you're just trying to make sure you make exactly the right decisions because you don't feel like you have a tremendous margin for error. And so sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. We kind of probably played it kind of right, I guess, before the half in terms of the way it played out. I don't know.
Can you talk about what Tyler Metcalf gave you guys?
Yeah, he had a great day today. I think he had something like 13.5 tackles here, something like 13.5. So it was great to see him. He's a great kid, and he brings something to our team for sure.
Can you just comment on the development of Chris Coyer? Because last week he had a rough week against Penn State, and then he really came out firing up against this team tonight. Yeah,
I mean, we put a lot of pressure on there in practice. I mean, we opened that competition up now. It's kind of like the last 2 weeks. It wasn't for the timid. You know what I mean? I just said, hey, let's break all the scabs here. Let's go. We got to create competition. We got to push each other, coaches, players, and we're fighting. And when he was competing last week, I liked it. I said, get rid of that other stuff, man. I want to see a raw guy going after it, man. That's what I want to see. Okay? I want to see you at Penn State hit that guy and come out with your fist pumping. That's what I want, and that's what I'm going to get. So, to his credit, he bowed up, and I thought we saw some progress from that standpoint.
If you guys have a tendency of having emotional wins and then coming out flat the next week, how do you go?
Boy, you just want to bring me down, don't you? Dr. Killjoy right here. Don't come over my house later.
I probably won't. But how do you go about making sure the guys that can keep this going?
Yeah, that's a good question, Keith. I mean, we have, and we're susceptible like any young team, and that's why I'm just looking you dead in the eye. I mean, we're going to go like crazy. We're going to coach like crazy. We're going to push. But I'm not naive enough to think that we can't, swing because we're a work in progress, man. That's what we are. I hope we build, and we're going to build, but we're going to build like this, guys. I just hope that bar graph kind of goes like that at the end.
If I may, to comment on him, what will you need for your Keith?
Oh.
Your preparations for next week against UConn, I know, again, the great win today.
Yeah.
And the ladder, I guess, as you say, gets a little bit tougher, as they say. What will you need to do over these next couple of weeks with a couple consistent Big East teams?
We got to go back Tuesday and Monday, put the pads on and go whack each other around and play, and that's what we're going to do. I mean, with Niotawalde last week got hurt in practice, didn't really play in the game because of a result of an injury, because we were going so hard, and which you wouldn't normally do, but we're going to go back and do it again. And we're just going to keep building, and so that's what we need to do. We got to grow. Now that's our fourth game in 6, 7 weeks or whatever it is. We got to grow.
Are you headed in the right? Do you feel like this team is headed in the right direction?
No question.
Like
I mean,
this team is
absolutely
moving
no
up
question.
each day.
Every day I feel better. That doesn't always mean it's going to equate at the end, but I love our team. I mean, I really like, that's what is great, because I sit there and I'll go home and I'll say, you know what? We've had some rough days, we've had some rough patches, but I'm not doubting whether our team there's a great future. I know we have some really good young players, and the energy and excitement around our program is phenomenal. So you just got to grab a hold of that thing and just keep building and plow through it. Don't ride the emotional roller coaster all the time. And that's the mindset right now.
The last question from me: what is it going to be like for you to go home next week, play in front of your family and friends, home state?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of Connecticut guys on our staff. Prideful guys, but. I just want to make sure, it'll be exciting to go back. If I sat here and gave too much coach speak, you'd laugh at me anyways. It's going to be exciting to go back. It means a lot. There's no question. But my real focus is just about every day just trying to keep building our team and just battling, so we avoid a couple of hard missteps along the way. And, but we're excited for a lot of reasons. Those are natural geographical rivalries. Rutgers, Connecticut. I mean, so they're important steps for us, and it's always nice to go home. You ever been to Connecticut? It's a beautiful place. Thanks, guys.